Hello YouTube and welcome everyone. Today I want to cover real quick this Wrangler jeans. This is 936. I've done review previously on 13 MWZ, which is a lot kind of like a more like traditional original cowboy cut, more like a classic cut, and this is like a slim fit. Right off the bat, I would say this is not really slim. It's the measurements will go later into the measurements, but the measurements very similar to like 501 Levi's, for example, like classic 501s. So we'll get to it, and it's slightly higher front rise. But anyway, let's get to the denim first, and then we cover quickly details. For those who want to see the number 13 style, 13 MWZ, I'm gonna place the link, in this post. You're welcome to go and see the review, because in a sense, they're almost identical jeans. They're not really, the only cut is different, but the denim and all the details, the rivets, is absolutely identical. So anyway, I got this one from, came just last night from Wrangler website here in US. So there's a lot of fans. This is very, very common, and people like it. It's very popular jeans, and I do like them too because I put them on last night and they fit great. I want to say at the end of this post, I'm gonna put them on, and you will see quick fit, how they fit on me. So, and I would say I really like the fit, and probably gonna keep them. Anyway, let's get to the denim. So this is, the Wrangler. I love this denim because this is kind of unique in the sense because this is not left hand twill or right hand twill. This is actually what they call it, broken twill or zigzag. You'll see the texture. It's kind of pretty beautiful, and it gives you this actually stiffness. I think it's much tougher than, let's say, just the regular left hand twill. Great, it's very heavy, it's 14.75. Heavy for everyday use. So the color, I'm kind of like, it's funny because the color is not very consistent because I had previously, and I'm gonna, mention about this, I ordered 33 size, 33, 31. My regular Levi's size, it's 34, 30. So I've got this one extra inch because I'm riding motorcycle and I need a little longer. But when I got 33, it's interesting because the number 13, I got 33 inch waist, and they fit perfectly. And I ordered 33 waist from this 936, and they were way too small. They were not even 32. They were like more like 31 waist. So I had to order this one. And what was interesting is the color. The one which came the down like 33 size was a little different denim. It was actually different indigo color. It was a little darker, which I like. But so I just want to say it's slightly inconsistent in this color. This is, which I'm surprised because this is clear. This is synthetic indigo. That's not natural indigo. But I don't mind. It's not a great. I kind of like on the darker side, but I don't mind. They're supposed to fade pretty nicely, and also as far as the it's as far as the functionality of it, because it says the cowboy cut. It's not really working jeans in a sense as number 13, because I think it's kind of like a tight in the knees. It's only half an inch or an inch or so, but it might make a difference because I think you need a little more free movement. Let's dive into it. So the front rise is a little longer than in Levi's, like we mentioned. It's let's measure it right away. Let's get to it. So the front rise is it's a 12.5. So that's pretty high. And keep in mind, they're not going to shrink too much because this is Sanfarized. This is not STF, or this is not raw denim. This is Sanfarized denim. They might, I would say, it might shrink maybe just a half an inch. So the zipper is nice. This YKK zipper. so it's not also the traditional used to have like a boot stamp. This is just have a YKK. So, but it's very high quality, pretty nice zipper. You know, the brass button with traditional Wrangler logo, like a rope style logo. Has a nice kind of a concave, like a brass rivets. I love this triple stitching. The canvas is pretty tough, the lining canvas. So these ones are made in Mexico, I believe, right here. So this is made in Mexico. Sometimes they come made in Nicaragua. The like overall quality is great. So I love this large coin pocket. It's right underneath the belt. Some people not even aware in Wranglers. So it has a nice chain stitch all around the belt. So the labels so let me show you the patch. Patch is it's not a leather, it's just a synthetic kind of like rubberized so synthetic material, but it will do it. So I think it's gonna hold. I'm gonna put in this post later all the photographs of all these labels, as you can see, because I'm not gonna read it to you right now. So they give you like limited 1-year warranty. So again, slim cut Cowboy and 936DEN. So I want to mention this style 936DEN being produced for decades. So for, you know, not 75 years, but I think they started this at least like since like, you know, probably 1955, like late 50s. So it's a great style. I think it's a little more fashionable. It's not, like I said, it's not 13. So, okay, one more thing we mentioned. This part is interesting because the seam goes down, not the opposite side. And Levi's, this yoke, it's called. It's actually in Wranglers is down, and Levi's it's opposite way. So it faces goes up. So this double stitch, and the stitches is pretty nice. It's very strong. It's all double stitching. The inside is white, and it's just the orange poly cotton thread here. Looks pretty durable. Traditional, you know, five corners back pockets with W letter, which is kind of like very traditional Wrangler. And I always like this nice kind of embroidered label Wrangler here. So yeah, like I said, I really love this denim, and this broken twill is kind of nice, and they kind of fun to, I mean, they're tough to break it in, but it would be fun to kind of break them in. So a little about the fit. So let's do, first of all, let's do real quick inner waist. We'll do real quick here. Do the measurements, because I do like when people post measurements, because that's important. You can compare to your so the 17.5, so which is perfect, because mine normally when I stretch, and normally my size 34, it normally stretches to 18 inches across the waist, and that would be just perfect for me, because this is sunforized denim. It will, you know, when you wear it for a while, it will stretch. So I wouldn't soak it right away, because I would actually wear it for several weeks and then do like a first soak. Okay, let's do the slightly, like I said, it's slim, but I wouldn't call it like super slim cut. So let's do in the knees, you know, 13 down from the crotch, in the knees. They would do exactly, actually just a little below 9 inches. So close to 9. So this is, like I said, again, in the knees, it's exactly like 501 Levi's. And down at the hem, at the bottom, would be 8 and 5. Yeah, well, it's 8 and, you know, just above, I would say, 1, 2, 3, 4, like, yeah, it's, you know, 8.75. It would go, you know, you could put the boots on, you know, you can probably, you know, wear with the boots. I think it would be fine. Like I said, this is not gonna, so the Levi 501s would be like around 8 inches here. So this is just a little bit more like I would say, more like a bootcut, you could call it that. So yeah, actually it's interesting. The only difference between, you know, number 13 and this, because number 13 I think is the same 8.5, 8.75 down in the hem. The only difference is this knee, and I would guess it's probably in the thigh. Let's see the thigh, we just can measure it. Yeah, from the center of a crotch, let's do 1 inch below, I'm sorry. So this is about 12 inches. Yeah, it's a little slimmer. So I think in the thighs it would be, you know, a little more tighter. Yeah, and so like I don't know if I mentioned, it also has 7 belt loops, and I like how they done. They're pretty nicely done. You know, this is nothing sticking out. So like I said, it sort of, there's no need for this, but it's, again, some people might work. I think it's a little too tight for me to work because I like to be, because I'm fixing motorcycles, you know, and if you're fixing cars or you're cowboy, I think you want to have a little free movement, a bit more loose, but who knows? Some people do. If you guys use them as a working jeans, please call me, comment, post some comments or questions so that, you know, there's a cowboy here on the label. Anyway, this is pretty much it. I think we covered like all of it. I was gonna say that inside, also like, let's do this. Inside seam is double. So you see this is different. You cannot see here because it's a one thread goes like orange and one dark blue. You cannot see. Yeah, this is double inside, and outside seam it's a single, just a single stroke, you know. Yeah, so which is interesting because as I remember the 13 actually MWZ is a single inside. So I wouldn't be 100% for sure, but you can go back to my review I posted, you know, like probably a couple of weeks ago. So the inside seam is a single, this one is a double here. So, but please like correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm gonna post all this. Let me open up here and show you inside. There's not much labels here. I'm gonna post all the small labels for those like real denim heads and want to know what is exactly what it is, what it says. Like I said, I love this triple stitching. I don't think you're gonna, you know, make a hole. I don't think you can break this one. It's pretty tough. And I'm gonna post this label. And this is it, guys. If you have any questions, I just love this denim. This is such a cool denim. So this is, like I said, I just wish it's slightly the color, but it's kind of a typical for Wrangler, have this kind of a bluish indigo color, you know. But if you compare, let's say, to Lee Riders or to Levi, you know, LVC, it's going to be much darker indigo color. Or like Japanese, you know, Japanese brands like Samurai, so it'll be different. So some people don't like this bluish thing, so but I don't mind. And also maybe some people have a problem with way too high the front rise. So I can agree. To me, I wish it would be just the perfect for me would be 11.75 or like 11.5. So I don't like it too low, but this is kind of a little like old-fashioned if you ask me. So this is it, guys. Thank you so much for you know, watching these reviews, and please, you know, put some likes and subscribe, and we're gonna cover some more interesting styles in the future. And thank you. Before I forget, I want to mention about the seam. The inside seam is actually a single one. Inside seam, it's a single. You know, from inside it's a single. Yes, like a white thread. So, and the outside is a double, pretty tough one. It has like orange and thread, and second goes like a white thread. So inside is single and outside is double. I'm sorry, I think I mentioned in the beginning of the review that this is I mentioned the otherwise. So it's kind of makes sense. If you like working and moving a lot, you don't want to have too much stiffness in your crotch. So I'm sorry if I think I'm mistaken at the beginning of the review. So, and this is it, I guess. And I want to mention about one more thing about this, the cotton. So the cotton made of, U.S. cotton. It's 100% cotton, like it's not stretch or anything. I guess again, want to emphasize this is sunflowerized, so it's not gonna shrink much. So it's made the denim itself made in what it's called the Mount Vernon textile mill. It's located in Georgia, and it's very, very nice. It's great heavy denim. I love it. So it's the only thing. It's a little, like I said, slightly high front rise for myself, because I like to see maybe like 11.5. So because keep in mind this is like 12 and a half. It's even after soaking or washing, it's not going to shrink that much. Maybe like a half an inch. So I think also I did not. Let's do like real quick the inside. We're gonna just measure real quick the inside seam, because someone mentioned that Wrangler has like extra kind of allowances for the washing. I don't believe so. This is actually it is. This is 31 here, 31 and a half. This is actually longer than, because like I said, I purchased 31. That's the size here, 31. So, but this is actually 31 and a half. So interesting, good to know. Anyway, thanks again, and we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks, or like maybe later in 1 week. We're gonna review of the next style. And before I almost forgot, before I go, I forgot to mention about the price. This one on Wrangler website in US, it was sold for $49 and change, and it's like probably around like $50, like plus tax. So, but sometimes they do have sales, and you might get cheaper on Amazon. Speaking of Amazon, I actually ordered the pair. I ordered it, and I'm gonna post maybe quick addition to this, or maybe separately we'll post the pair I ordered on Amazon was like $28. It's so cheap. I was almost suspicious, and it was a 33 size, but it's way too tiny, and it felt like it was some kind of like maybe it was they bought it from Wrangler company just at the huge discounts, the ones which didn't pass the quality control, maybe were way too small. So that's all I want to say. Anyway, so don't go too much for bargain. I think for $50, for $49, this is a great price. I mean, this is a great pair of jeans, and I kind of like excited to break them in. Okay.